we'll probably have enough altitude to make the field, so we'll try it then. So that's our plan.
Okay.
What's the winner got?
Plan.
What's the loser got?
Excuse.
Bingo, you're a winner. All right, now switch over to tower. There you go. Now let's put departure in the standby, because that's the next one we're going to need.
Right.
Now, right here, we can turn from ground to departure, which is 121.0.
Okay.
Very good. Now, I'll tell ground that tower that we're ready, and get your winder. Tower, Cessna 1600 uniform, we're at Alpha 3, we are ready.
Number 1600 uniform, Mobile Tower, 4,900 feet available, fly runway heading runway 15 Alpha 3, clear for takeoff, wind 1408.
All right, clear for takeoff, runway heading, thanks, CSA uniform. All right, let's go. Okay, normal takeoff, we'll maintain directional control, straddle the center line, you got a crosswind, so in the takeoff roll, I want you to aileron into it a little bit, and we'll ease the ailerons out as the ailerons become effective.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever it takes to maintain the center line. Slide my seat up a little bit. And now I've got a helping hand right here for it.
All right.
We'll rotate at 60, climb out at 80, bit light in the nose gear, the takeoff roll, raising the nose just a hair. All right, gentle power application to full. Okay. Power should be full now. Now, airspeed is coming alive. Temps and pressures remain in the green.
Yep.
One hand on the throttle. There you go. Very nice. Okay, let's lighten the nose gear a little bit. That'll stop the shimmying. Lighten the nose gear. Oops. Okay. Very nice. Now, let's go ahead and rotate. Climb out at 80. And with any luck, we'll get smoother air. And if you need to trim down, go ahead. If you need to trim up, go ahead. That component that fell off your camera, is that important?
Just the filter.
Oh, okay. Just the filter?
Yeah.
Is it vital? I can take the airplane while you fix it.
No, it's not.
Okay. I'll tell you what, let's put it in this center console right here so that you can find it pretty easily at the end of the flight. Okay, runway heading, that's good. She'll tell us to contact departure in a moment.
Okay.
And I'm going to check in with the departure by saying, with you, runway heading through whatever altitude.
Okay.
It's a check-in.
November 1600 uniform, contact departure.
Over to departure, Cessna 00 uniform. Okay. Good afternoon, departure, Cessna November 1600 uniform, with you, runway heading 2700.
November 8 Papa Delta, contact Houston Center 127.65, good day.
All right.
November 1600 uniform, mobile departure, ready to contact, turn right on course and cancel altitude restrictions.
Right on course and cancel altitude restriction, thank you, 00 uniform. Okay, right on course, let's do right turn to we're heading south. And you can move your flag if you want to. And let's climb to 1,500 feet for now.
All right.
I'd like to stay low to go ahead and do the turnabout a point, and then we can climb up higher to work on the stalls and slow flight and steep turns.
Endeavour 3624, mobile push descend to maintain 2000, proceed direct Kayat for the visual runway 15 approach.
Yeah, you see, that's good eye, very good. Yeah, we got a lot of birds.
I'm going to come right.
Yeah, go to the right.
Citation 121 Kilo Mike, mobile approach, ready contact.
There we
maintain
go.
Question, maintain 2000, turn right on course.
Level off at 1500, pitch power trim.
November 121 Kilo Mike,
Roger, you need nose down.
Change to advise you, Prince approved, radar services terminated.
A little more nose down trim. There you go. Very nice, good level out, so scan, scan, scan. Now ground, I forgot to tell you when I talked to ground first, told them who we are, where we are, what we want, direction of flight and altitude, do we have information update, whatever. Okay, I can expect 3 things out of them. Okay, those 3 things are special instructions. Like in this case, there are special instructions was maintain VFR at or below 3,000 for now. Okay, departure control frequency, they said 121.0. Now I've got 2 to choose from, 121.0 and 1185, so that they told me which one we're going to be using, and they told me a squawk code. I have to repeat back all of it in that order.
Okay.
So that's why I said, okay, VFR at or below 3,000, 21.0 departure, and 0366 on the squawk. Okay. Now me, I just go ahead and key it in, because I know it's coming and I can read it back. However, if you want to keep a kneeboard and scratch it down, you do what works best for you. I don't presume to know your favorite line of favorite food. You tell me.
9433 Mike 6000.
Interior 9433 Mike Mobile approach, mobile altimeter 2991.
2991, thank you, Mike.
There we go, 1500.
1500, pitch power trim, very nice. Now, when I'm scanning inside the airplane, what are some of the things I'm looking at?
You're looking at airspeed, wings level, and level pitch.
All right, not climbing, not descending. Okay, good.
Altitude.
Very good.
You're checking that your ball is centered.
Yep.
And we're checking our heading, which we're just a little off here.
All right. Okay,
and we're checking our vertical speed, and all our gauges are in the green.
All right, when I look outside the airplane, what are some things I'm thinking? What's on my mind when I'm looking outside?
Birds.
Birds, yeah, as we well know. Okay, very good.
We got other traffic.
Bingo.
And we want to find a place in an emergency to land.
Bingo. I know where my airplane's at right now. I don't know where it's going to be at 2 minutes. I don't know when the engine's going to fail. So
winners have a plan.
Winners have a plan. And I'm also going to look outside. What does level flight look like?
Yeah.
Okay, make that part of my quick scan. Okay. And good, very nice. You got that lighter touch.
Yeah.
Today. Okay,
no death grip.
Yeah, that first flight was a death grip, wasn't it? No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't fatal. We lived with relatively few injuries, right?
Right.
Okay, now do you see that blue water tank straight ahead?
I see a white water tower here. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah,
okay, let's descend and maintain 1,000 feet. So I'm going to reduce the power just a hair. And let's just do turns about that point.
Do we want to do a left turn around the point?
Yeah, left. Just we'll enter on the right of it, just left. And we want the same distance all the way around.
All right.
Endeavor 3624, roger, clear for the visual approach, runway 15 at the Mobile Regional. Contact tower 118.3, and you have a good one now. Bye-bye.
Now, it's just circles around it. How hard can that be, right?
You're trying to scare me.
It's just circles. So look at the point, look at your altitude. Look at the point, look at your altitude. Remember, you talk to yourself like an auctioneer.
Yep. My eyeballs are going everywhere.
Every which way. Turn your head in one of them bobblehead dolls. Glance at this, glance at your point. Glance at this, glance at the point. Then judge your distance, look at your altitude. Plus or minus 50 feet would be good. Okay, where's your wind coming from? Just point.
It's coming from that way.
There you go.
So we're going to do
just
steeper turns on this side and shallow turns.
Yeah, slightly steeper this side. And we might want to go ahead and crab into it right now because this is about the distance from it. But let's don't start the maneuver until we get right abeam of it, till it's right off your wing. If you want to use the strut or the wingtip or an aileron to judge your distance, that's fine. Now increase your power just a hair. Very nice. And it's a circle and turns about a point, not a potato around a point. So that's our goal anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to try.
Got a bird right here.
All right. We got a lot of birds today, don't we?
Vultures.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Glance at your altitude. And we might be just a little bit close to it. But okay, and it'll greatly help you if you know where the wind is coming from. Okay, turn, circle around it, 1,000 feet, same distance, 1,000 feet, same distance, 1,000 feet, same distance. Shallower, a little bit shallower because you're getting closer to it. It's just circles. How hard can this be, right? Okay, now you're going directly into the wind. Now glance at your GPS. You see the ground speed, 80-something knots?
Yep.
Okay, I bet on the other side it's going to be 100 and something knots. Okay, look at your point, look at your altitude, look at your point, look at your altitude. And the goal is you want to keep circles all the way around it. Okay, look at your altitude, look at your point. Judge your distance, look at your point. Okay. Outside the airplane and outside an airplane. Look at your altitude, look at your point, look at your altitude, look at your point. Judge your distance, look at your point. see how easy it is to do it badly, right?
Yep.
We've all done it. We've all done it. Okay. Okay, and glance at your altitude a little more often. There you go, scan, 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 scan. Increase your scan, okay. Oh, look at our ground speed, 114 knots. Okay. All right, look at your point, look at your altitude, look at your point, look at your altitude, look at your point. Oh, wait, heads up, this is very, very, very nice, very good. Tell you what, I may contract you to teach some of my other students how to do this. Okay, look at the point, look at your altitude, look at the point, let's do one more. Okay, very good. It greatly helps to remember where your wind's coming from too, doesn't it? Okay. All right, look at your point, look at your altitude, look at your point, look at your altitude, look at got your altitude nailed. That's very nice.
FedEx 746, heavy mobile approach, descend to maintain 3,000. And proceed direct Notley for the visual approach, runway 14 mobile downtown.
Got away from you just a little bit, but Super Pilot's going to fix it, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, and a quick scan, quick scan, quick scan. Okay, this is very, very, very nice. Let's move on to slow flight and steep turns. So I tell you what, let's do a climbing left turn.
Okay.
So look, before you hit the throttle, okay. The steps of the level off are what? Pitch, power, trim. Why don't we do the same thing to the climb? So pitch for 80, so pitch out for 80, because that's our best climb, our best way to climb, BY. As soon as you get to 80, go power to full.
Okay.
And let's be turning to a heading of west. Okay, power to full. Now a little nose up trim. See how that maximizes your efficiency in the climb? Pitch power trim, just like a level off. Okay, climbing left turn to a heading west, climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Okay, and the sun will be right in your face for a little while, but very, very nice with the turns about a point. Okay. The S turns will probably, the S turns about across the power line or road. That'll probably frustrate you, but you'll get it. It's hard work, but it's fun. Okay, turn, sun. Hey, if we lost power right now, where would we go to?
Well, I got some open fields right there.
All right. What about that airport straight ahead of you? Lower the nose a little bit and you can see it.
Oh yeah, we got an airport right in front.
Bingo. All right, now we're zooming to climb at 80. Heading west, and then we'll work our way back to this way so the sun won't be in your face.
All right.
And it wasn't too terribly rough at 1,000 feet, was it?
No, it wasn't. A little bit, but
I expected worse. But of course, then again, I was in that Skycatcher this morning.
A little bit smaller.
Yeah, I take off in that thing in rough mornings, especially with students who are not performing as well as you.
Do we want to lean out a little bit?
And when we get to 3,000, okay. I will in just a little bit. But yeah, my first flight of the day in one of those, that airplane with bad students and rough air, I think to myself, good morning, Vietnam. And St. Elmo Airport is actually pretty easy to find. It's just south of I-10 and just to the south-southwest of that construction site. And they got an east-west runway. So.
And that's a 1136 Papa Mobile approach, mobile altimeter 2990.
Okay, we're at 2,800 feet, 3,000 feet. We will pitch power trim. And when we cleared out the area, clear. Okay, 2950, so about 50 feet before we can start. There we go, 3,000 feet. We're pitched for level flight, power back. Oops, fix that, super pilot. Okay, when you get to 3,000, little nose down trim. Okay, pitch power trim, okay. All right, we've cleared the area. Let's do a left turn to 45, look, 45 degrees.
Yep.
3,000 feet. Remember, hit 45, don't overbank. There you go with your trim. Very nice. Now bump your power up a little bit. Okay, 45, halfway between the two. All right, now scan, 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 scan. That dot on your horizon will probably be your best indicator. Oops, look, our bank angle is playing.
There we go. You clear for the visual, runway 14, approach Mobile downtown.
Okay, now look at your altitude and your bank angle and vertical speed. You still got to scan, scan, scan. Very nice, very, very, very nice. Okay. All right, now lead your roll out. Very good. Take your trim out and take your power out simultaneously. And don't forget, you got to. Okay, it was very nicely done. Very, very, very nicely done. Okay, now let's do left. We're heading us south. Get the sun out of your face. Maintain 3,000 feet. Okay, and while we're turning, clear, clear, clear. Okay, roll out on south. Work south for just a little bit. Okay. All right, you got St. Elmo Airport in sight.
Have it in sight.
Very good. And I'm gonna, for a slow flight, I'm gonna have you turn, but let's get south of Thames, then turn east.
746 heavy, contact downtown tower, 18.8, bye-bye.
Okay, very nice, trim, scan, 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 scan. Now, let's do a left turn to a heading of east. Okay, normal bank angle for, there you go. And let's use slightly south-southeast. Okay. All right, roll out.
717 Bravo Lima, mobile approach, Roger, mobile altimeter,
Okay, scan, 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 very nice. All right, now, let's power to 1500. Okay, flat
7 Bravo Lima, Roger, descend to maintain 6,000.
Okay, get our airspeed below 80. Let's maintain 3,000 feet.
Mobile, Cirrus 281.
Okay, there's 80, so dump. There you go, dump the rest of your flaps. Now 3,000 feet, 60 knots. Just heading.
2991, Victor.
There's 60 now. You might be losing a little altitude, so add some power. Remember, up, down.
Yep.
Up and down will control your airspeed. Power will control your altitude because you are behind the power curve now. You're losing altitude, so you're going to need takeoff power. When you throw that power in, get ready for the left turning tendency. Now, you can leave your flaps fine. We're going to do slow flight for now. Okay, 60 knots, 3,000 feet. You're gaining altitude, you're at 3,000, so you can reduce your power. There is no power setting for this particular mover. It's whatever it takes. Okay, you're gaining a little altitude, so lose your power. Keep your 60 knots, keep your heading. Okay, now bring the airspeed down to 50 knots, 50. 50. At 3,000 feet, heading about 100, there you go. You're going to need a little bit more right rudder, just a hair. Very good, because I can feel the pressure on the rudder pedals on my side. Very good, very nice, very nice, very nice. 3,000 feet, 50 knots, heading at 100 degrees. Very nice. Now let's adjust the heading. Let's go to 150 degrees at 50 knots. Now at slow flight, you're going to have to go about half. Your slider turning angle, your slider bank angle. Why? Because when you increase the bank angle, you increase the load factor. You increase the load factor, you increase the stall speed. You're already at the edge of the stall right now. Okay, you're a little bit low, so add some power. Okay, and you still got a little tendency to want to use pitch for altitude. You use power for altitude. Okay, 50 knots. Now, I want you to get your airspeed down to 45 knots and tell me when you hear the horn. Announce in a loud and clear voice when you hear the horn.
Horn.
Okay, now gradually and fluidly bring your power back. Reduce, 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 but keep your heading. And there should be no more travel in the stick and no more to come back. The power, no more to come back. And look at your heading. There we go. Reduce power even more. Now recover. Okay, it's level flight. Full power level flight and incrementally raise the flaps.
Tango Mobile Approach, descend and maintain 3,000. Mobile altimeter 2991.
Now look at your altitude loss.
200 feet.
200 feet. Very good. All right, let's get back to 3,000. Now let's see if we do it by keeping our heading and with 100 feet of altitude loss.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to shadow me on the controls, and we'll walk through one. Okay, very good. 3,000 feet, let's use this heading right here. Now I'll get my power to 15, flaps to 10. When I'm below 80, I can get my flaps down to full. Now shadow me on the controls, very good. The target out, here's my initial heading, here's my altitude. My airspeed is bleeding. Now it's down to 50 knots. Now look, I'm bleeding my power. I get my power all the way to idle. I'm bleeding my airspeed down. There should be no more aft travel. There's the brake, full power level flight, incrementally raise the flaps. Got my right rudder in because I threw the full power in because I know it's going to want to pull to the left. They were incrementally raising the flaps, kept our heading, minimal altitude loss.
All right.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the airplane.
Okay.
Now, all right, there's 3,000 feet, power to 15, flaps 10. Very good. You're below 80, dump the rest of your flaps. Okay, hold 3,000 feet, heading at 150 degrees, bleed your speed off, bleed it off. We don't want to suddenly grab it, just bleed it off. Okay, now when we get to 45, start bringing the nose up. Now bring your power all the way to idle. There should be no more aft travel. There's the brake, full power, level flight. Incrementally raise the flaps. Oh, bravo, bingo. 50 feet of altitude loss, kept your heading, and follow the procedure to the letter. All right. You really do know how to do this.
November 9433, contact Gulfport Approach 127.5. Have a good weekend.
127.5, see you later.
The FAA sent you along to evaluate me. Is that the drill?
No.
You sure? Because that was very nicely done. Let's do that one more time. Let's move on. Okay. 3,000 feet, heading at 150 degrees, power to 1,500. Okay, flaps to 10. Let's get the power at 1,500. There we go. You're below 80, so dump the rest of your flaps out. This time, you'll watch your bank, keep your heading. Okay, there you go. All right, now let's bleed the speed off. We don't want to suddenly bring it out, so we'll just bleed it off. Gained a little bit of altitude, but that's fine. You lose that when you bleed the speed off. There should be no more travel in the yoke. There's the brake. Okay, go level flight, full power, and incrementally raise your flaps. Very, very, very nicely done. Look at your heading, look at your altitude. Oh, wow. Oh, that's just great. All right, now let's head back to regional. So let's reset the GPS right now. Drop a chalk line, so hit direct to and enter. Direct to, enter. All right, now what's that DTK stand for?
Direct track.
No, desired track.
Desired.
Okay. So your desired track is 6 degrees? I need my booster glasses on to see that. Okay, very good. 006, and we're actually tracking 128. So, all right. Okay, good hard work today. That's good. All right. Okay, and just sing out when you get regional airport insight.
Okay.
And see the construction sites right there.
Sure do.
And you see St. Elmo, if you look just to the north-northeast.
Yeah, I got regional.
Yeah, you got regional. Very good. St. Elmo's got a pop again.
November 7 Bravo Lima, descend and maintain 4,000.
Okay, now we're crabbing, so crab into it a little bit more because the winds are out of the east and we got a north-northeast heading. Okay. Oops, look at your altitude, super pilot. Gets away from you, don't it?
A little bit. Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah.
November 3780 Tango, mobile approach, mobile altimeter 2990. Advise me when you have the weather information for Trent Lott. November 3780 Tango, roger.
And approach Cessna 1620 uniform, we're about 12 south, we're inbound for touch and goes.
November 1600 uniform, roger, enter the right base, runway 15 in the Mobile Regional.
Expect right base to 15 regional, thank you, 00 uniform. Okay. So keep it at 3,000 for now.
All right.
And the reason I like to keep altitude...
Roger, altimeter 29901.
The reason I like to keep altitude of my approach is because even, you know, when I'm approaching the airfield, I like to keep altitude as long as I can, because if I lose power, if I've got more altitude, I got options.
November 1600 uniform, connect tower now, 118.3, bye-bye.
Over to tower, thank you, 00 uniform. Tower, Cessna 1620 uniform with you about 12 south, we're inbound for touch and goes.
Track 1600 uniform, Mobile, tower, continue inbound.
Continue inbound, Cessna 00 uniform. Yeah, but I got altitude and I've got power, I've got options. I like options.
Options are good.
Options are good. I don't like to be in any kind of situation where I ain't got options.
Right
Yeah.
over St. Elmo.
Yeah. Now, do you have any idea what that construction site is going to be? Is that Walmart's distribution center? Is that Amazon or what? Or do you know?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Well, now I don't feel so bad. I don't know. Because people ask me, and I'm thinking to myself, now how would I know that? But there's just this wide assumption that I've been in this area for years and years and years, and I'm Louis from St. Louis. I just blew into town 3 years ago. I don't know y'all's culture yet.
That's longer than me.
Well, I'm Jackson, Mississippi. What do I know about this area? Yes.
Is this I-10?
Yeah,
here?
that is I-10 right there, and that's Range Line Road right there, that intersection you see.
And that's BFM over there. I see my
Correct.
bus hangar.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in future flights, pretty soon we're going to be, when we are doing nothing but pattern, I'd like to go over down to downtown to that airport, but I'll give you a heads up beforehand so you can let everybody know.
All right.
The controllers over there are really, really great. I've never met any of them, but they know my voice. So okay, set yourself up for right downwind for 15.
All right.
So left traffic is standard, but since we're coming in from the southwest, it makes more sense for them to put us in right traffic. So this heading is good. Now we can start just a very, very shallow cruise descent on down. Okay, slow flight stall recovery, absolutely excellent. Steep turns, good, really good. That turned about a point for never having done it before. Two things made that good. One, you'd never done it before. Two, I like to demonstrate it first, but I thought to myself, well, you're pretty sharp. Let's just see if he can get it. Well, by George, you got it. So equidistance all the way around is our goal. And, but the wind blew me here, but the wind blew me there. Is that a plan or an excuse? That's an excuse. Okay. So what's the purpose of that is that exercise, over time, you'll learn how to get ahead of the airplane, account for the wind drift, and you're going to bring that, the skills you develop in that, you're going to bring that back to the traffic pattern to result in a squared out rectangle. It's called a traffic pattern, not a traffic potato.
What do we want to descend to, John?
For right now, 2,000 feet would be good, but later on, 1,500 feet and ultimately 1,200 feet, because that's published pattern altitude for this airport.
All right. Yeah, seen the power coming up just a little.
Okay, now we got our descent checklist. Let me get my booster glasses on and I'll read the items out. Okay. Descent. Power is desired. Fuel selector recheck both.
Both?
Okay, mixture. It says adjust for smooth operation. Once we get below 2, I'll just go ahead and get the full rich. I've got it leaned out a little bit right now. Okay. Altimeter is main and GPS set. We don't worry about that because we're not cross country, and flaps is desired. Okay. 2,000 for now. Okay, that's good. Okay, go ahead and just enter like maybe midfield for 15. Okay, this heading right here will probably be good. y'all picked out names for the boy yet?
Yeah, it's Theodore.
Theodore.
Yeah.
Okay, any family connection, or is it just something y'all like, or what?
Something I think we finally agreed on.
Oh, okay, so there's been a little discussion, right?
There's been a lot of discussion.
Little discussion, all right. Now let's go ahead and enter right downwind for 15.
So we're going to want to turn to our reciprocal of 330.
Yeah.
When we get a little closer.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Here's what we're both going to do this.
Sky 1600, uniform runway 15, wind 160 at 7, cleared. Touch and go, low approach.
Clear touch and go, Cessna 1600 uniform. Clear touch and go, or low approach only. In other words, they give that because they know that a training flight sometimes we do stop and goes. So today that he might have somebody coming in, you know, he might know of an inbound later. And if he's got some Cessna stopped on the runway, well, that's just going to mess up all of his plans. So we want to be a cog in a well-oiled, smooth-running machine. We're not going to be, we're going to do what it takes to not be the monkey wrench.
Level 3624, Mobile clearance, you're clear to the Atlanta airport via radar vector showing J37, Dennis Fowl on departure, maintain 3000, expect flight level 25010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.5, squawk 7206.
Did you get all that?
Squawk 7206.
Oh, you got that part of. No, that's an IFR clearance
Yeah.
there. Okay. Yeah, you see how we're coming in with a little altitude? But if I lost power, I can make that field easily. It's not that I'm paranoid, but I'm ahead of the airplane. I got a plan. A backup plan.
3624, Rebec's correct call prior to push for wheels up time.
I've got a plan and a backup plan and a contingency. Okay, now I want equal distance all the way down.
Okay.
The pattern is a traffic pattern, not a traffic potato. And I know that the winds are out of there. Okay. And a good pattern power setting is about 2200 in this airplane. So eventually we're going to get to 1200 feet. Okay. Now, when we get a beam at the touchdown zone, we're going to start the drill. And the drill is just like going into slow flight. So you see how the slow flight, you bring those skills back to the traffic pattern. Okay. A beam at the touchdown zone right beside it when we get there.
Okay.
I want you to get your power to 1500. When we get a beam of it, that's probably good right here. Power to 15, flaps to 10, and airspeed to 80. Now, we're not really going to raise the nose. We'll just hold it level. The reduced power plus the added drag of 10 degrees of flaps will bring us to 80. Once we get to 80,
we're going to push down.
Move down the nose down a little bit to keep 80.
Yep.
Because I don't want to pass through it. Now, since I suspect a crosswind, I am going to extend.
3624,
I'm going to extend my downwind just a little bit to result in a slightly longer final. Now, this is probably good right here. Let's turn base. Now, let's get your flaps to 20. Middle, there you go. And now, when you turn base, get your airspeed to 70. Once you get to 70, lower the nose just a hair to keep 70 and add just a touch of power. It looks like some precip over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Looks like a little bit. My behind, look, that looks like a pretty wide area.
Yeah.
All right, now add a little bit more power and keep 70. It's very nice. Now we're going to square it out.
Dan is coming inbound visual runway 15.
What kind of accent was that?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go flaps full.
Flaps full.
Good looking base right here.
IC 4210, Mobile to runway 170 at 10, close line.
Turn final.
Turn on runway 15, AC 4210.
Devon 3624, mobile clearance, wheels up time 2255.
Yeah, you want to straddle the center line. Now go ahead and turn final. Now turn, there you go. Now let go of both rudders and watch the nose. I bet you anything it's going to want to point that way and look at it doing it. Okay, so just a little right rudder will offset that.
Okay.
Now the winds are out of there and it's still going to blow us over here. So you're going to have to element into it a little bit as needed. But turn yourself into a big old shock absorber. Why? Because winds are not always steady. They're not always constant. Okay, this is a good looking final right here. Your airspeed's nailed at 60. You got some power in there, that's good. And the closer we get to the runway, you can reduce your power a little bit.
Okay.
And we want to straddle the center line. Lower your nose a hair and reduce your power, because final approach looks nose low. And we land nose up, but
we do.
Final approach looks nose low. So lower your, okay, reduce your power, lower your nose. Very nice. Straddle the center line. Okay, now add a little power. Add a little more. There you go. Level off without climbing off, without touching down. Without climbing off, without touching down. There we go. Stay on the center line. Stay on the, there you go, very nice. Now let the mains touch, but not the nose. Let the mains touch, not the nose. Not the, very nice. Oh yeah. Now suck your flaps up. All right, full power. And lighten the nose gear. I touched nothing. You landed beautifully. That sweet touchdown too, right?
Yep, there's 60.
All right, climb out at 80.
Sky 1600 uniform Eagle Squawk VFR left close traffic approved.
Hey, VFR and left traffic. Thank you, 00 uniform.
So we're going to go left.
Yes, left traffic this time. So keep your hand on the throttle. Let's go up.
To 1500?
No, 1200.
Okay, 1200.
Yeah, it's pattern altitude for this airport. Okay. At about 800 feet, start your left crosswind. That controller reminded me to squawk VFR Alpha. Okay, left crosswind and squared out pattern. Okay, let's go left downwind. And when you get to 1200, you can reduce your power. Okay, very nice. Now, just equidistance all the way down. So glance at the runway, glance at your altitude. And when I was learning it, I just found me a point out there and just kept comparing it
Got
to
that water tower.
Yeah, okay. Just compare that point, but maintain 1200. There you go. Tower Cessna 00 uniform. We're left downwind for 15 for the option.
Cessna 1600 uniform, runway 15, wind 160 at 8, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, Cessna 1600 uniform. Okay, cleared for the option. Glance at the runway. Look at your distance.
AC 4210, turn right at Alpha 5, taxi parking is frequency.
Alpha 5, and that's it, parking with you, AC 4210.
Now, when you get a beam...
Cessna 00 uniform, caution wake turbulence, Embraer 145 will ride.
Thanks, 00 uniform. Okay, when we get a beam of the touchdown zone, power to 15. Flaps 10. Airspeed to 80. There you go. Once you get 80, remember lower the nose a little bit to keep 80. Okay, look at you. There you go. Very nice. All right, now let's start your left base. The flaps 20 first. There you go. And what's your target airspeed on
70.
base? 70. And flap setting is 20. So your airspeeds are easy to remember. 80, 70, 60. Flap settings, 80, 10, 20, 30. ABC, right?
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, and air conditioner on. Real good.
Yeah.
Okay, whoops, we got a traffic potato here. We need a traffic pattern.
Okay.
There we go. Super Pilot fixed it. Very nice. We're a little bit low, so add just a touch of power. We have been cleared for the option, and look, the wind's trying to bow you out, so cut into it a little bit. Very good. Don't let all that hard work, you know, it turns about a point, go to waste. Okay, now you can go to flaps full. And we have...
Mobile Tower, Clearwing 02's with you on the visual, runway 15.
Clearwing 02, Mobile Tower, roger, runway 15, wind 170 at 8, your clear line.
Clear to land, runway 15, Clearwing 02.
Cessna 00 uniform, clear, touch and go, low approach, runway 15.
Touch and go only, thanks you, 00 uniform. About a half-mile final now.
Roger.
Okay, get your window. Now, what does final look like? Now, I got the airplane if you want to get your window. Okay.
All right,
And here's what final looks like, kind of nose down right here. So you got the field, so you can reduce your power just a hair. Keep the nose down. Okay, lower the nose just a little bit more. Yeah, we're a little bit faster than our 60, but that's fine. We're going to use the level off to bleed off our speed. Now hold the center line, now hold this altitude right here, add a little power. Let's just drive down the runway. Now, here you go. No fly off, no touchy downy. Okay, now let the mains touch, not the nose. Let the mains touch, not the nose. Very nice. Okay, suck your flaps up. Let's go. You can do this, can't you? Up to it, right? Good smooth touchdowns. You should have seen my first couple of hundred.
Hey, there's 60 coming up.
All right. I'm out at 80. Make the next one a full stop. Call this a good, hard-working flight.
All right. What would I call the tower for that we're doing full stop? I can go ahead.
Okay, when I'm downwind, I'll say, hey, tower assistance is here. Uniform, we're downwind. This one will be a full stop.
All right.
Okay, oops, where's that hand? There you go, throttle.
Cessna 00 uniform, left close approved. We'll be following Gulf Stream 5 mile final.
Okay, behind the Gulfstream is your uniform, and heads up, this one will be a full stop.
Cessna 00 uniform, Roger.
Behind the Gulfstream. Okay. So they must be rich.
Yeah.
Now, when it's my final one, I like to do what's called land long. What we'll do is we'll add power and we'll just drive down the runway. And I'm not going to let it touch down almost till we get to Alpha 5.
Okay.
Because if you touch down at the very end, we're going to be taxiing from now to the Rapture. So let's go ahead and use that extra time for practice in the flare. Okay, let's go ahead and turn our left crosswind. Okay, this heading is good. Square it out. It's a traffic pattern, not a traffic what?
Potato.
That's right. And what is pattern altitude?
What's that?
What is pattern altitude?
1200.
1200, very good. Lower the nose a little bit. Reduce the power. Now let's turn left downwind. And remember, we are number 2 behind the Gulfstream. He'll probably caution us for wake turbulence. I don't expect that the Gulfstream to give us too much wake turbulence, but you never know. I don't plan on getting that far behind it. Or, excuse me, I don't plan on getting that close to it.
Cessna 00 uniform, number 2, following Gulfstream, short final, runway 15, wind 1607, you're clear to land, caution wake turbulence.
Okay, clear to land behind the Gulfstream. Thank you, 00 uniform. Okay, so very good. And let's add just a touch of power.
Got the Gulfstream on the runway.
Okay. Okay, Gulfstream's on the runway, so probably not a factor.
Clear wing 02, you continue down the runway and turn right at Alpha 5, and you can taxi the signature via Charlie 3, your maintenance frequency.
Okay, so he clears us to land. We just
Okay,
say,
Alpha 5, Charlie 3 with
Power.
you, clear wing 02.
Power to 15. Power to 15, flaps 10. Okay, what was your question again? He clears us?
He clears us to land. We just say clear to land. Clear to land, runway,
Yeah,
1500
uniform. Yeah, just repeat the commands on your name. Let's go ahead and turn left base, get your flaps 20. Okay, and your target airspeed on base?
70.
70, bingo. Squared out pattern. Square it out.
Mobile Tower, back to Flight 3.
Flight 3, Mobile Tower.
Roger, Tower, back to Flight 3. Just lifted off the USA Medical Center. Would like to proceed to our base at SAMS. We'll be cutting into your class, Delta, if you don't mind.
Okay, square it out a little bit more. Because see that smoke right there, that can be an indicator of what the wind's doing. Okay, add just a touch of power.
Flight 3 squawk 0372.
Right before you turn final, let's go ahead and get
0372 for Baptist Flight 3.
Alright. Now go ahead and roll final. Straddle the center line.
Flight 3 radar contact 5 miles north of the downtown airport, wind 160 at 8, altimeter 29001, and transition to the sim space is approved.
901 and transition approved, thank you, sir.
Okay, let's add just a little bit of power, because what if you lost your engine right here? Would you make this field? No. So if I ask myself all the time, would I make the field if I lost power? Would I make the field? And if the answer is no, add power. Okay, add a little bit more. And land long. Oh, air conditioner. Forgot it. Okay. All right. When's it okay to touch down on the nose first?
Never.
Bingo. There's 2 times.
Never, ever.
Never, ever. Alright. Okay, add some power now. Let's just drive down the runway. Add a little bit more power. Let's just drive down it. Alright, a little more power. This is really good practice right here. Really, really good. Add a little more power. Add a little more. Good. Now this gets you, this exercise right here is probably the most effective for landing and touching down, because it gives you the sight picture, and it also gives you instant feedback on the control pressures. Now reduce the power just a hair and let the mains touch, but not the nose. All right, so now remember there you go, chop your power as soon as your mains are on the ground. Beautifully done. I'll touch that thing. Okay, suck your flaps up, bring it to a stop, and I'll ask the tower if we can get Alpha 5. Tower Cessna 00 uniform, I was wondering if we can get Alpha 5.
And Cessna 00 uniform, affirmative, sir. Turn right at Alpha 5 and taxi to parking via Alpha 5, Charlie 3, maintenance frequency.
Alpha 5, Charlie 3 with you. Thank you, 00 uniform. And if you were looking, that landing looked good, didn't it?
Sir, yes it did.
Yeah, I touched that thing. It was my student. What makes it amazing, this is his 3rd flight.
Wow, good job.
Yeah, he's amazing.